This is day 237, the myth of the quiet life. I carried a myth for most of my life. I believed that somewhere ahead, past the next deadline of the next crisis, there'd be a stretch of calm, a season where people stopped needing things from me, where conflict faded, where I could finally focus on what I actually cared about without interruption. I imagined a peaceful destination where everything would settle, and I would live in blissful rest, free to pursue what I was passionate about. 50 years later, I realized that place was never coming. That strife that never ends. Strife finds its way into every life. Responsibility does not disappear with age or achievement. Conflict does not vanish when you reach a certain milestone. People will still need things. Problems will still arrive unannounced. There will always be something pressing against the peace we thought we needed before we could begin. I spent years waiting for the noise to stop. I told myself I would start the work that mattered once things calmed down, once the kids were older, once the job was more stable, once I had more time, more clarity, more margin. But the calm never came. The margin never appeared. The conditions never became perfect. What changed was not the circumstances. What changed was my understanding of them. I stopped waiting for life to cooperate. I stopped believing that strife was a temporary obstacle between me and the work I was meant to do. I started to see that strife was not the interruption. It was the context. It was the only context I was ever going to get, actually. So you need to build in the noise. The lesson is simple. Since strife will exist one way or another, you might as well do what you're passionate about from the very start. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not wait for everyone to understand. Do not wait for the life to become quiet enough to give you permission. The work that matters does not require silence. It requires commitment. It requires showing up in the middle of the mess and doing it anyway. I think about the people I admire the most, the ones who built something meaningful. None of them waited for the world to settle. They built in the noise. They wrote while raising children. They started businesses while working full time. They created while dealing with loss, uncertainty, and opposition. They did not have more time than I do. They just stopped waiting for time to appear. Since strife will exist one way or another, you might as well do what you're passionate about from the very start. So the only place it can be built. The life you are called to build will not emerge in some distant season of peace. It will emerge here in the middle of the noise. Or it will not emerge at all. That may be the only place it will ever be built. So stop waiting. Stop telling yourself you will start when things calm down. They will not calm down. Start now. Start with what you have. Start in the middle of the conflict, the responsibility, the strife. That is where the work happens. That is where it has always happened. The next time you catch yourself waiting for the right moment, remember this. The right moment is not coming. The only moment you have is the one moment, and so you should use it.